warm welcome to all of you for ODA's YouTube channel. So today I am back with one more amazing topic, that is circulatory system. So in this session we're going to learn everything about circulatory system. But before moving ahead, I would like to introduce to ODA class to all of you out there. So basically the class which you're watching right now is a YouTube channel. Here you just can watch the session, right? You can understand the concept. But if you want to be the part of ODA family, and if you want to avail the amazing benefits that ODA class provides to its students, then you should join to the crash course program. So there are many students who have already enrolled and they are availing the amazing benefits from it. So now it's your time to enroll to this program. This course has been exclusively designed for all the students out there. So it's a 1 week of program where you can learn 6 chapters in 6 days. 3 of maths and 3 of science with dual teachers of ODA class. Here in YouTube channel, you will be having a master teacher who's going to teach you in the live, right? So after this session, what if you require any post-class support to complete your homework, if you have any doubts, or to prepare you for the test? Who's going to help you then? If you enroll to this crash course program, you will be availing a personal mentor teacher. So here at Crash Course program, you can learn the amazing chapters from your school syllabus with best master teachers in the live class, and you will be having an amazing mentor teacher who's going to guide you throughout your completion of your homework or whether it is to prepare for your test. Apart from all these, we also provide you study materials for more and more practice. So all these amazing benefits are there for the students of ODA class, and you can also avail these benefits by just getting yourself enrolled to this program. So all you have to do is you have to tap onto the link that is there in the description box. So tap onto that link that is there in the description box, click to enroll now and get yourself enrolled for this program at rupees 29, 49 or 99 according to your grades. By this, you will be the student of ODA class and you can avail those amazing benefits that most of the students are already availing. So now I would like to introduce myself as well. This is Nayaab. I am science master teacher at ODA class. I have done my master's degree in biotechnology and I have more than 4 years of teaching experience. And during this 4 years of journey, I have mentored more than 15,000 students like you. If you wish to be my student, then yes, go ahead, go right now, take the help of your parents and get yourself enrolled. So, as I said, today we will be learning about circulatory system. Okay, so you must have heard about this term circulatory, circulation, isn't it? But before moving ahead to the topic directly, I want to ask this thing with all of you. If you have watched my previous sessions, then you must be remembering what is this. I hope you can see this pretty gif. I would call it as pretty because it seems to be, right? So can you all recall anything? Can you all recall anything? Can you type in the chat box? What is this actually? What is this actually? Wonderful. That's great. So this is a digestive system, isn't it? So now, are you all wondering? Ma'am is teaching about circulatory system, but why is she so showing us the digestive system? Are you all thinking in this way? Why? It's interconnected again. How? I'm going to tell you. So, all of us eat food, right? Why do we eat food? Why do we eat food? Basically, to get that energy, to get that nutrients, so that our body can function properly, isn't it? Yes or no? Yes. So now, my dear students, have you ever wondered what happens to the food after you eat, after you consume? Okay, I can see digestion. Great. Yes. So once you eat the food, right, this food goes on to a journey through digestive system, isn't it, students? This food goes on to a journey through digestive system, right, where this food gets digested, isn't it? and the complete digestion takes place in the small intestine, right, students? And small intestine absorbs the nutrients, right? For example, let's talk about aloo paratha, right? So aloo is a source of carbohydrate, that is your potato. Paratha is made up of wheat, even that is a source of carbohydrate. Now you are eating this aloo paratha, this gets digested, and those carbohydrates, right, the energy giving nutrients, they basically are there now with the digestive system, right? So now the next question arises is, how are these nutrients circulated in the various parts of the body? How are these nutrients are circulated to the various parts of the body? This is the question. Okay. Digestive system is not going to do that, because the job of the digestive system is to digest the food, not to circulate it. Not to circulate it. Just like the digestive system in our body, there is a specified system, okay? And that system is circulatory system. So it's a job of a circulatory system to circulate these nutrients to the various parts of the body. Got it, students? So what is this circulatory system basically? It's a body system that moves blood and nutrients round to the body. Circulatory, that means circulation, to distribute. Okay? So what is a circulatory system? It's a body system which comprises of organ and blood. Okay? And these blood, with the help of blood, these nutrients are circulated in the body. This is a circulatory system. Okay? And this circulatory system is also known as cardiovascular system. So what is cardiovascular system? So we can break this words into two. Cardio is one part and vascular is another part. So cardio basically means heart. Cardio basically means heart, whereas vascular means the vessels. So this system comprises of heart and blood vessels. So what is a cardiovascular system? This is the another name for the circulatory system. Do not get confused when someone questions you what is circulatory system. It's one and the same. Circulatory or the cardiovascular is one and the same. Now moving ahead, my dear students, there are two main functions of circulatory system. What are those functions? First is to transport. Okay? Transport. What to transport? To transport nutrients, most importantly. Okay? We'll be learning in detail. Okay? Followed by purification. That is removing the waste away. Okay? These are the two functions of a circulatory system. Now, just like the digestive system has a group of members, right? So it has mouth, it has esophagus, stomach, liver, intestine, and so on, isn't it? Similarly, even circulatory system also has a members. But the circulatory system is a very small, it has a very small thing, but it is the strongest one. And the members of this circulatory system are heart, blood, and blood vessels. So circulatory system comprises of heart, okay? Then comes the blood, and then comes the blood vessel. Now did you get to know, my dear students, why circulatory system is known as cardiovascular system? Because it is comprises of heart and blood vessels. Okay, students, is this clear? Okay. So now moving ahead, my dear students, we will be learning in detail about these organs, about these members. So the first member that we're going to learn is about the heart. So what is this heart? So by seeing this GIF, can you tell me what is a heart? Come on, quickly in the comment section. What is a heart? Yes, you can see that heart is an organ. Okay? It's an organ. It's a pumping organ, right? I hope you can see here. It is pumping a liquid, isn't it? It is pumping a liquid. Can you all tell me what liquid is this? Yes, it's a blood. So heart is a pumping organ, and it also made up of muscles. ठीक है students? So therefore it is known as muscular organ as well. Heart is made up of cardiac muscle. ठीक है? It is made up of which muscle? It is made up of cardiac muscle, which is also known as heart muscle, and hence heart is known as muscular organ. Not only this, my dear students, ठीक है? So this heart is also known as pumping organ because it pumps the blood. So now the question arises, where is this heart located? So heart is located between the lungs. So this is your lungs, isn't it? This is your lungs. So now between these lungs, the heart is located in the thoracic cavity. ठीक है? In the thoracic cavity, slightly towards the left. ठीक है students? This is where your heart is located. Now, talking about its size, the average size of our heart is as big as our fist. So this is my size of heart. So even you can check your size right now. Okay, so this is my size of heart and it is as big as my fist. Okay, and do you know what, my dear students? As you grow, even your heart keeps growing. Okay, as you grow, even your heart keeps growing. Now, talking about its structure, okay? So if you see a heart and if you take a small piece of heart from this, okay? Take a small piece, cross section of it, okay? If you observe, you will see that heart wall is made up of 3 layers, okay? It is a piece of a heart, okay? Where you can see that it is made up of 3 layers. So what are those? Epicardium, myocardium and endocardium. These are the 3 layers. So epi means outer. Okay? So this is the outer protective layer which is protecting our heart. Okay? Whereas the myocardium, myo means the middle one. So this is a middle layer. Basically it's a muscular middle layer. So muscles are present here. Followed by endocardium. This is the thin inner layer. Endo means inside. So these are the layers of heart. Okay. So moving ahead, my dear students, apart from heart wall, our heart is also made up of chambers. Okay. Heart is made up of 4 chambers. We can divide our heart. Okay. If we consider this as a heart, we can divide our heart into 4 chambers. So that is right atrium, ठीक है, left atrium, all right, and right ventricle and left ventricle. So this is how we can divide the chambers of our heart. So you can divide heart into right side and left side. So upper 2 chambers, ठीक है, upper 2 chambers are known as atrium. ठीक है students, we also call it as atria in the plural form. Whereas lower 2 chambers that are below the atrium are known as ventricles. Okay, are known as ventricles. Very easy to divide. Divide your heart into 2 sides, right side and left side. Okay, out of which the upper 2 chambers are known as atrium and lower 2 chambers are known as ventricles. Okay, apart from this, my dear students, our heart is also made up of valves. Okay, so there are 4 different types of valves, my dear students. So this is the pulmonary valve. Okay, this is the pulmonary valve. This is the tricuspid valve, this portion. Okay, similarly, this is aortic valve and this is mitral valve. So this is very important to avoid the backflow of the blood. Apart from all this, my dear students, heart is also made up of blood vessels. It has different blood vessels also. So always remember, when you are writing the structure of a heart, make sure you're dividing it into 2 sides, right side and left side. Heart is made up of 4 chambers. Upper 2 chambers are known as atrium and lower 2 chambers are known as ventricles. It is also made up of 4 valves. It is made up of blood vessel, and heart wall is made up of 3 layers. So this is a detailed structure of a heart. And my dear students, now the question is, how does your heart work? Isn't it? How does your heart work? It basically works by pumping the blood, isn't it? We can compare our heart to the water pump. Okay? The way water pump pumps the water, similarly the heart pumps the blood. It pumps the blood, therefore it is known as pumping organ. And do you know what, my dear students? I will tell you an amazing fact very soon. So the way the blood flows inside our heart is very unique. It flows twice. And for this, we should understand the working of heart. So blood flow or the pumping of blood is related to lungs as well. Okay? So we'll be seeing what is this. So I hope you can see right side of the heart and left side of the heart. Okay? So always remember, my dear students, when you see this blue color, right? When you see this blue color portion, it means this side of a heart pumps the deoxygenated blood. It pumps the deoxygenated blood. Okay, when you see blue color, it is pumping the deoxygenated blood. So what do you mean by deoxygenated blood? Basically, it is the oxygen poor blood. Okay? Whereas if you see the left side, it is the oxygenated blood. Okay? It is the oxygenated blood, and when I say oxygenated blood, it means it is oxygen rich blood. So this is the right side of the heart which pumps the deoxygenated blood, and this is left side of the heart which pumps the oxygenated blood. You can easily remember by this trick, LORD, Lord. Left oxygenated blood and right deoxygenated blood. Moving ahead, my dear students, how is this lungs associated? So you all know, right? This blood needs oxygen, isn't it? Blood needs oxygen, right? So where do we get that oxygen from? Basically, it is present in air. So we inhale this air and this oxygen travels through the nose to the lungs. So basically, my dear students, lungs bring in air from atmosphere, right? And now this lungs pass oxygen into the bloodstream. Okay, now this lungs pass oxygen to the bloodstream. So now, my dear students, listen to me carefully. Okay? So first the blood enters to the right atrium. Okay? So it is pumped to the right ventricle. Now back to this artery, and it goes back to the lungs. From here, this blood travels back to the left atrium, to the ventricle, and travels back to the various parts of the body. This is how the blood flows. So speaking specifically, my dear student, this is a detailed structure of a heart. Okay? So this is a vessel, blood vessel, that is superior vena cava. So it is bringing the blood, the deoxygenated blood, to this, and it is pumping to the right atrium. Now right atrium pumps this blood to the very next ventricle, that is right ventricle. Now this blood travels to the pulmonary artery, to the lungs. From the lungs, okay, these deoxygenated blood converts into oxygenated blood. Okay? So once it converts into oxygenated blood, it travels back from the pulmonary vein, reaches to the left atrium, it pumps to the left ventricle, and through this aorta, it again goes to the various parts of the body. So basically, my dear student, in our heart, the blood flows twice before circulating. First into deoxygenated form, है ना? Now this deoxygenated blood is sent to the lungs. So from the lungs, it is converted into oxygenated form, right? From the lungs, it is converted into oxygenated form, and now this blood is sent to the various parts of the body, right? So this is known as double circulation. This is known as what? It is known as double circulation, because the blood is flowing twice in the heart. Okay? Twice in the heart before it is circulated to the various parts of the body. And do you know what, my dear students? Our heart pumps 2,000 gallons of blood per day. How many? 2,000 gallons of blood per day. That is approximately equal to 7,580 liters. ठीक है? 7,580 liters, through which you can compare it to two big water tankers. ठीक है? This much of blood is pumped every day by our heart. Clear, students? Don't you think it is amazing that this small organ, okay, which is the size of our fist, can pump so much of blood per day, right? Okay. So that was about the heart. Now it's time to learn about the blood vessels. So what are these blood vessels basically? See, my dear students, I just gave you the example of water pump, है ना? Water pump pumps the water. And now this water travels through water pipes, right? Travels through water pipes. Similarly, my dear students, heart, right? Heart pumps the blood, isn't it? Heart pumps the blood. So these blood is travel through muscular tubes. These tubes are known as blood vessels. These tubes are known as blood vessels. It is to this tubes that the blood circulates. Moving ahead, my dear students, these blood vessels include a network of arteries, veins, and capillaries. So this structure which you can see, right? This is artery, this is vein, and this is capillaries. Okay, students? So now, what are these arteries basically? So I said in the working of heart, the blood enters, the blood travels back, isn't it? So that is through the blood vessels. So arteries carries the blood away from the heart to the body. So if this is a heart, okay, then this artery carries the blood away from the heart. Okay, away from the heart to the body, and you will find this arteries deeper within the body. Okay, you will find where deeper within the body. It is not that easy to see arteries. Whereas veins, these carry blood from the body to the heart. Okay, so vein has in, so that means it is bringing the blood to the heart. Okay, students, and you will find this usually beneath the skin here. These things which you can see, these blue color things on your hand, I hope you can see, these are the veins. So these veins, they carry the blood from the various parts of the body to the heart, and arteries carries the blood away from the heart. Okay, so talking about capillaries, so these are the smallest blood vessels. These are the smallest blood vessel which is connecting artery to the vein. Okay, students. For example, see, this is capillary, this is artery, and this is vein. So capillaries are nothing but they are the connectors which are connecting the arteries to the veins. So moving ahead, my dear students, now let's learn about the last component, that is blood. So now, my dear students, we learned about blood vessels. We also learned about the heart, isn't it? So now we'll be learning about a blood. So basically, my dear students, blood is an important component of circulatory system, because it is that component which is going to circulate all those things, right? Nutrients, oxygen, delivering oxygen, all those things is done by the blood. So basically, blood is a substance, it's a liquid that flows inside the human body. Okay? It flows inside the human body through muscular tubes called blood vessels. Okay? Through muscular tubes called blood vessels. And my dear students, here are the important functions that a blood performs. First, the food that we eat, which gets digested, where the nutrients are absorbed, that are transported by the blood. So transportation of nutrients is done by the blood. at the same time delivering the oxygen, to the cells is also done by the blood. And at the same time, it also transports waste away from the cell. Transports waste away from the cell. This is that magical fluid which is present in our body, which can perform all these functions at once, transporting the nutrients, delivering the oxygen, and transporting the waste away from the cells. Okay? So moving ahead, my dear students, this blood is made up of two components. If you take a whole blood, which is completely in a red color, right? And if you try to centrifuge it, if you try to separate it through the centrifugation technique, then you will find two layers. You will find two layers in the blood. So first it will be like this. If we consider this as a test tube and it has a blood, which is completely in the red color, right? Completely in the red color. So this is your whole blood. So when you try to separate this whole blood, my dear students, you will find two layers. You will find two layers. Okay? So the upper liquidy layer is nothing but your plasma. And the layer which this bottom layer that is in red color is the formed elements. So basically, our blood has 55% of plasma and 45% of formed elements. So plasma and formed elements will give 100% of a whole blood. Okay? And my dear students, this plasma is that liquidy part of our blood, okay, which is in yellow color. So it comprises of water and it also have certain nutrients, okay, waste molecules such as urea, proteins and etc. Apart from that, my dear students, these are the formed elements that are present in our blood. So now it's time to do an activity. I'm pretty sure you must have seen this before as well, right? So let us consider this as A, this as B, and this as C. So can you all tell me what is A in the comment section right now? Can you all type it? What is A? Okay, very good, wonderful. This is red blood cell, which is also known as erythrocyte. Okay, which is also known as erythrocyte. How about this then? How about this? Very nice. This is white blood cell, WBC or leukocyte. And now what is this one? It's not a yellow blood cell. It is the platelets. It is the platelets. So basically these are the three formed elements. Okay. So these are the red blood cells, WBC and the platelets. So formed elements are nothing but they are the cell and its fragments. So my dear students, even they perform a different function. Okay. Basically red blood cells, which are red in color due to the pigment hemoglobin, they help in transportation of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay. Whereas talking about white blood cells, they are white in color because they lack the pigment hemoglobin. And the main function is that they protect our body against the pathogens, the disease causing germs. Okay? So they are a part of immune system. They are part of immune system. Okay? Where they fight against those germs, those disease causing germs or the pathogens. Talking about platelets, which are also known as thrombocyte, they are not cells, they are fragments. They are cell fragments. And they're also known as thrombocyte. Thrombo is related to the clotting. So whenever I used to play kabaddi coco a lot during my school times, I used to fall. And after some time, the blood used to clot. Then I got to know it is because of the platelets. Platelets are those formed elements that help in clotting of blood. That help in clotting of blood. Okay, students? Clear? So always remember these are the important functions of a formed element. And now, my dear student, in this session, you learnt about the circulatory system. You learnt what is a circulatory system, what are the functions of circulatory system, and you also learnt about its members such as heart, blood, and blood vessels. My dear students, if you want to learn some more amazing concept, and some more concepts in more detail, in more competitive level, then as all of you know, you can enroll to the crash course program, right? So see, my dear students, it's a 1 week of program where you can learn 6 chapters in 6 days, where you'll be having dual teachers to give you extra support. Master teacher will be teaching in the live class, and post for the post class support, you will be having a personal mentor teacher who's going to help you in solving the doubts of related to your homework or to prepare for your test. Apart from all these, we also give you books as study materials. So do not wait. Get yourself enrolled right now by clicking to this link that is there in the description box. Click to the link, click to enroll now and complete the payment according to your grades and get yourself enrolled. And yes, do not forget to download the ODA app and earn coins from ODA app. So once you earn the coins, you can visit to our ODA mall and you can buy all these amazing gifts. So my dear students, that's it for today's session. So requesting all of you to stay healthy, stay awesome, do take care and do not forget to hit like and share our YouTube channel. So for now, do take care. Bye bye everyone.